we wanted to take a moment and invite everybody to join for our USC post games, and especially reaching out to our new Big Ten friends, because we're gonna be covering the USC post game. We're also gonna have a little look at the Pac-12 and the Big Ten and the showdown for the Rose Bowl or the playoffs or whatever. And we're gonna have some little things like celebrating Trojan greats and some great Trojans every week, as well as talking about the game itself. And we're especially excited because we're going to be having Tim with some special coverage live from the Coliseum on home games.
And possibly Rick as well.
I'll be there for selected games, so looking forward to it, especially Fresno State. That should be a great game. I think Fresno State's underrated. And
they're good.
The last time they came down with their red wave down the I-5, that was the famous Reggie Bush game where I think he went off for like 1,554 yards.
And last year they came down and smoked UCLA in the Rose Bowl. So it's a team that can win.
And they went up to Autzen and they lost by a touchdown. Speaking of Autzen and the Ducks, Mark, I want to share with you, we had a conversation the other night. I think it was on GBD's channel. GBD was ill, I think, but Joey Foster had a question. Which team are you excited to see this year other than your own? And for me, it's Oregon. I think Oregon's got a great national opportunity to play Georgia. Obviously, Georgia's a national championship team, but there's some quirks there. You know, you got Dan Lanning, who obviously was the DC at Georgia. You got Bo Nix, an SEC quarterback in his fourth year. Dan Lanning knows the personnel there. There's really no pressure. It's a home game for Georgia. And Oregon has the opportunity to make, an initial statement at the starting of the year. But if you look at Oregon's schedule, they have 5 of their 6 home games are against some pretty good opponents where their season will be made at home. And that is what they're famous for, is playing at Autzen. They have BYU, Stanford, UCLA, Washington, their rival, as well as Utah. So it's all on the table for Oregon to make a statement. So they no longer have Mario Cristobal. They don't have to complain about about Mario's lack of offensive creativity, the negativity that we've heard about his lack of development for quarterbacks.
Wait, do Oregon fans complain sometimes?
Yes, they do. But he recruited very well. You've got Noah Sewell. You've got Justin Flo, who's going to be in Dan Lanning's defensive scheme, along with they picked up Christian Gonzalez, a very solid defensive back from the University of Colorado. So it's all there for Oregon. And this is the type of flavor you're going to get, Mark, on the USC postgame show. Not only are we going to talk about USC, but what's going on in the Pac-12, what's going on in college football. We've got spice, we've got flavor. And, hey, Oregon, this is their time. As we're leaving the Pac-12, you're the king. So step up. This is the perfect platform for Oregon to step up and make a national statement. USC has been carrying that weight of the conference for 125 years, whatever it is. Now it's your turn, Oregon. Your time, Oregon. Carry the conference. Here's your schedule. You've got 5 of the best games at home. Go do it.
Well, LBC, I think that Utah might have something to say about that. They sure as heck smacked Oregon around pretty good last year.
Twice.
Although they're playing in Autzen this year. I'm not sold. I think they're gonna have a rough time playing Georgia, and probably is equally a rough time playing Utah. But again, we'll see. This is year 1.
It's gonna be fun.
If Lanning can get that defense installed, they have the athletes. They probably have the best linebacking crew, up there with anyone like Alabama and possibly even Clemson. So their linebackers are really solid. I'd like to see them take a step forward, but again, I think that they are up there. But I think that Utah's been the class of the Pac-12 for the past couple of years.
And as we've regularly shown, I'm the only one who believes in Bo Nix. So I think there's some real potential on offense for them as well.
Yeah, I don't believe in him.
Yeah, no one else does. Only me. It's only me. I believe in you, Bo. I believe in you.
Hey, when Kirby Smart knows Bo Nix. he's played against them, 4 years? They're going to get
so does Dan Lanning, and he brought him in.
They're going to get Oregon 3rd and long, and then Bo's going to do what Bo's going to do, right? He's going to turn the ball over for a short field. That's the one thing he's got to mature. He's got to. So that's the challenge for him. He's got to make sure he doesn't mess up the game. And Kirby will be throwing a bunch of looks at him to get him to screw up. Just my opinion. Mark, what do you think?
This is what I think, LBC, is as soon as you make the comment that, hey, Mark, this is what we're going to deliver every week, my first thought goes to we had, I think, 12 or 13 post-game shows on different channels last year every week, and I just did my post-game on the main channel whenever I wanted, and certainly didn't want to be in competition. We're all working together, but of course, providing options for everyone to get the post-game that they want to. But with you guys delivering this USC post-game, I'm going to probably be gun shy to go live at the same time, thinking, okay, yeah, I might as well just shut it down, and these guys are taking over.
Come join. It'll be fun. We'll make it a party. And most importantly, we want for you guys in the chat, we want you guys to join us and call in, join us. You can call in and ask Tim questions live in the Coliseum. It'll be kind of fun.
Mark, this is
Tony's handiwork here.
This is what you call the Helton effect, Mark. We have been hungry dogs for more than a decade.
That's true.
Right? We can smell the steak. We can smell the sizzle right now. We're a couple of days away from college football, and we actually have a coach that conducts practice, physical, right? A lot of similarities to Pete Carroll. We're talking about great practices. We've got a lot of talent. And
Colin Cowherd says it's the greatest practice that's ever been had in football.
And we feel the jealousy out there. We love it. Bring on the jealousy. Miami knows what we're talking about. Miami fans are feeling the same thing in South Beach. And that means that the tectonic plates are shifting, and the South is shaking right now. They are shaking because they're seeing recruiting to the east of them and recruiting to the west. We're coming. Miami and USC are coming. I don't know. Maybe Texas is back. We've heard that. I don't know how many times in the last decade, but Texas may be back. They got Sark, and he was fired from USC, so maybe he'll do something.
Sark's going to be a good coach. There's going to be a lot of great storylines throughout the year, and we hope you guys will join us for chatting about them after the Trojans game. So we hopefully won't be too late on some of these games, but we'll be there. And Tony, Mark, we hope you'll be with us.
Tony, that craftsmanship that you're putting on display there, that is a beautiful piece of art there. I thank you so much for that.
Oh, my pleasure. No, we got some good little thumbnails. We want you guys to be able to see that the post games are going on and want to click on them and all that. So we've got some good ones, and the USC ones are special customized, sometimes for some wins and some losses. Hopefully, we won't have to see the losses, but just in case they're ready, because we don't tempt the fates. Like a good politician who writes 2 speeches on election night, we're ready for both, but we're also ready for all 12 wins should it happen to go that way.
Do we know the game time for the Rice game?
3, I think. I can't remember. It's the 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. So that game will end at about like 9:30 or so Eastern time. So prime time for you guys to join us. Talk about the USC game, which will be really, really exciting because it's the first time we're going to see Lincoln Riley in action. And it's the first time we're going to see this Frankenstein team that we've put together. And I mean, no team has ever done quite what they've done to put a whole new team together. And I think it was the guys on Signal 365 the other day, they were talking about like, all right, who's going to be the next one to follow this model if it works? Is that what Auburn's going to do? Is that what, some other team that is kind of in the dumps is going to do when they decide to rebuild?
And I do think Oklahoma fans are going to be in there, and they're going to be.
They're going to be unhinged.
Not 70,000. That's 38,000 fans.
Iowa State fans will show up and just say ridiculous things because Iowa State fans like to do that. But we're glad to have you. If you help out the program with a super chat, we'll even read it no matter how ridiculous it is.
I don't think we'll see the Oklahoma fans until Oregon State or Utah, but I'm sure they'll be there one way or another.
They'll be lurking. They'll be lurking on like troll accounts that aren't subscribed. It's all right though. We know you're there.
this is phenomenal. Again, we've got LBC, we got Tim, we've got Tony for USC Postgame that's just came together in the last couple of weeks in discussions, and I thank them so much for getting together for this and bolstering our USC coverage at the Voice of College Football, and that's over on the USC channel, which I'm going to leave the link to the channel in the chat here in just a second, so everybody can get
subscribe. And you guys, Matt Zemek from Trojans Wire does some really great stuff on the USC channel during the week. And he put together just a phenomenal interview with an Oklahoma reporter called The Riley Files, sort of a look into a lot more deep look into Coach Riley and kind of how he does things and his motivations for things. Some looks at like partially why he left Oklahoma. The Riley Files that he put together are great. You guys should go check those out on Matt's channel. And he talks a lot about them on Mark's channel as well with the Voice of College Football's USC channel. So it's definitely worth subscribing to because you get a lot of really good stuff during the week.
I have now left the link to the USC channel there in the live chat. So everyone, please subscribe, because the reason you subscribe for a number of reasons, but I'll give you one basic one for this USC postgame live is then you set up the notification to go off and then you don't have to think about it. The notification bell goes off every Saturday and you know, okay, when the game's over, I know where I need to be on the USC channel to check out these guys breaking down the game and answering my comments and questions.
And we'll look forward to having you guys there. And we want to hear your takes. We're going to hopefully have some actual football coaches that'll come on and give us a little bit of X's and O's breakdowns every so often when we need it, and try to do something a little bit different each week so that it won't just be the same and it won't just be kind of droning on. So
yeah, for the
you guys
first
want to
week,
hear from us.
And for the first week, it will be interesting because I know it'll be up against Rice, but we will actually, you can tell even when you play a scrimmage like it probably should be. Should I even attempt to say that? You're going to be able to see how well.
And go outside, turn around, curse, and spit 3 times.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would like to, because I wanted to have, we will have after the first game, we actually see, because the practice have been closed and we haven't seen a lot. So it'll be interesting to have a prediction night after going off that first game. I think we'll have a better snapshot of what the team's going to look like.